programs, to listen to wonderful program coming to you. And please don't forget to subscribe or give us thumbs up. Yeah, welcome to KKTV, and we are having two gentlemen who you want to know who want to be Mwanyagetinge secretary. So we have among here we are having OFFISA NYAIKONDO, who is Dini Kumpend, who is the Secretary General, and then we have YOBESH NYAMASEGE. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Now, my first question I want to know from you is you tell us about who you are, and I will start with you, OFFISA NYAIKONDO.
Definitely. Good evening, Mwanyagetinge at large. My name is OFFISA NYAIKONDO. I'm the current secretary for the organization. I've been serving in an acting capacity since the last elections were held, after the vacancy was there. But also I was the representative for the Wright and Shaban County. So through that, it's been a volunteering position, and obviously I'm giving back to the community, and I thank you for giving me the moment to serve you.
Okay, thank you. YOBESH.
Yes, my name Mwanyagetinge. I greet you all. My name's YOBESH Makambi Nyamasege. I'm a resident of Banksville, Minnesota, and I'm contesting this to be a Secretary General of Mwanyagetinge, and I hope you guys gonna give me your vote so I can serve you as a Secretary General for Mwanyagetinge. Thank you.
Oh, welcome. Now, other question I want to know: what do you intend to accomplish as a Secretary General? YOBESH.
As a Secretary General, I want to serve our people, and I want to be a Secretary General as it states in the bylaws. What I want to be a Secretary General is anytime we have meetings, it's the Secretary General who is supposed to be the custodian of the documents and of every information of the Mwanyagetinge as an organization. Currently, as we state, the acting Secretary General has no information. Anytime we try to ask as members of Mwanyagetinge for any information, the current acting Secretary General has no information. Two, we want to reclaim the image of Mwanyagetinge as it was. The outgoing regime, they have turned Mwanyagetinge as a personal organization which serves their interests. They are not serving our people. As a Secretary General, I'm not fighting because somebody's fighting or somebody just told me like, okay, you are unpicked now that you are in office, you can continue that. The whole situation was they never even wanted to open this up. They were just doing underground stuff that, oh, we have a Secretary General who was never elected by any one member of Mwanyagetinge. Two, he was elected to serve his people, which is Wright County and Shaban County. When he left that position, they should have called for an election to cover that position. If they were very genuine, they could have called for an election so that all the people that quit because of the manipulation and everything that was going on, they should have called for that election so that people can choose leaders who they want, not unpicking a leader who intends to serve the purpose of whoever unpicked him. Okay. That's one. Two, Mwanyagetinge as an organization, it needs to do better than this. It's not about UNGA and chicken and cook and everything. No, we have to do better than this. This is the only Omugusi organization in Minnesota that is not a benevolent fund, which, if we want to petition even the current government, we should be doing that. But unfortunately, the secretary who is in place right now, he doesn't have any information. If we ask him how many members do we have, he doesn't even know.
Your time is
that's
up.
what
You
I
can
want to change.
Yeah, let's control. Okay. Officer Nyaikondo, I am giving you to talk about what you intend to accomplish as secretary. To rebut of what Yabes has said, that one you can do it. You can ask extra time, but now I want you to focus on giving us what you intend to accomplish first.
Thank you. So as a secretary, I'm a custodian of the documents and the information that Mwanyagetinge develops. So that's basically I'm the knowledge storage facility. But then I have been given the power to disseminate that information, to give it to the different custody, if it's a custody or the stakeholders or the other partners that we work with. Definitely, I've done that for the last 2 years. So it'll be 2 years soon. And I'm proud of what I've done. Now, in terms of what I plan to do going forward, I'll keep strengthening the organization, trying to reach out to other people that are not on board currently, and using the mediums that we have to communicate our strategy, to communicate what success we have and we are building on, and basically also winning new members, because that's kind of, with more numbers, we can make some relevant things in our community.
Okay. Now, Yabesh kind of touched on some of the things. If you want to respond, I can give you 1 minute, whatever you had.
Okay. So let's talk about people quitting or manipulation. So I was elected at the Shaban-Wright County representative.
Which you never serve those people.
No. Yabesh, let him answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Upon the vacancy of the secretary, the organization did advertise that they had that vacancy. I did also.
They never did.
Yabesh, I will not want you to interrupt.
Okay. I'll stick to the
rules. You can respond after yes.
Okay.
All right. And then last year, between the month of February through April, our organization, that's Mwanyagetinge, went trying to look for somebody to replace me at the Shaban-Wright County. There are people who are interested by word of mouth or by text, but when it came to the application, nobody came to do that. What was required, right? Because they had to be vetted. So that vacancy, it's just the community did not have the urgency of it. So our officer could not control that, or neither the executive. However, we have the board of directors, which I'm part of it. We already communicated that, and there's nothing we could do beyond us, because it's volunteer-led organization. So if people don't show up, there's not much we can do. In terms of making the organization our personal property or personal transactions and all that, I think these are accusations that are being placed out in the community, but there are no facts to carry that out, or there's nothing to indicate that we have done that as a personal unit. Now, we can make all the shouting we can do out there, but for me, or the other executive members, it's addressing your concerns. Now, if I have addressed your concern either last month, I don't need to address it again now, because I can refer you to the prior response. If there is any need for information to clarify, then we can do that. There are right channels to do that. You have not used those channels except making claims.
Okay. Yabes, did you want to comment something? Now he has finished.
Yeah, I wanted to comment something
before we move from there.
Yeah, the same topic. So, as officer is saying, he's saying that anytime somebody wants information, they are given. We are candidates in this. There is a reason why they put a secretary general to extend a little bit from their office. He's supposed to be the custodian of every information of Mwanyagetinge as an organization. He doesn't do that. All the information anytime we want it, we are aspirants. We want the same forum. Me and the Officer NYAIKONDO and all the aspirants. We were in the same forum. I came up with some. I came up I asked right now we don't know how many people we have in Mwanyagetinge. Can we get the number? Do you know they had to get that information from the president? Who is supposed to get that information? It's officer who is the Secretary General. He didn't have that information at that time. So what I'm saying, what do you call that if it's not personalizing the organization? If we have a Secretary General, no matter what, you are in acting capacity, you should have delivered so that you can tell people when you are contesting next time that this is what I've done. If we ask him right now how many members we have, he doesn't have. All he's busy doing is doing the campaigns, which we don't want. I myself, I want to be accountable. Like if somebody asks me for an information, it should be on my fingertips, not asking somebody to give me that information. He's saying he has the custody of the information. No, even all the social media,
your minute to respond is gone.
Not other people. If you comment anything against the current regime, you removed from WhatsApp, you removed from Telegram. As we speak, it's the other day I was added to Telegram.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Officer NYAIKONDO, I also want to piggyback, ask you about something you asked that you...
Please go ahead.
You advertised.
Yes.
You advertised the seat for Wright County.
Correct.
Where did you advertise that?
The Shaban Wright County Forum, where I was serving, right? And also
was that the right procedure of advertising a vacant position in Mwanyagetinge as per the Constitution?
As per the Constitution, now, if you ask me per the Constitution, yes, I did that because this is a collective. A decision that was reached, right? After by who? The executive plus the board of directors.
Okay, a question as a Secretary General. Who conducts the elections on Mwanyagetinge?
It's an election board, sir. There is an election commission or election board, correct?
Yes, and but now they are the people who are supposed to advertise the posts and they conduct the election.
The vacancies, right?
But you said it's executive board which advertised it.
I was given the money to publish that.
Okay. Yeah, right? I was just clarifying that.
I was given the money to publish that.
Did you have something
with the mandate?
No. Wait.
Who gave him
the mandate?
Yes.
That.
Yes, I do.
Do you want to respond what the Yabes said, or we move to another topic?
No, I want to respond quick, please. I'll take 1 minute to respond to that.
No. Obviously, I'm asking if we wanted after he had made some allegation. Did you want to respond, or we move on?
No. Okay. And like I said, these allegations, we make allegations, but back up with the facts. If you back up with the facts, I can respond. But you just make up mere allegation, I have the option not to answer.
Okay. Now, we go to the next question. I think we have exhausted that. Now, what leadership skills as you would bring to the organization as such? Yabes.
Leadership. You don't have to have
bring to the organization.
You don't have to have
leadership experience.
Leadership is a calling.
Okay.
If you are called to serve, if you have a call and you have the passion to serve our people, then you will serve. Currently, I am in the board of trustees of Pamoja Kenya, which is our biggest benevolent organization in Minnesota, where we have served since it started, and I was elected 2016, but still I'm among the board of trustees. You know, and everybody in Mwanyagetinge and all our community, they know what Pamoja Kenya as an organization is doing. And if I'm part of that organization, I'm very proud that I have leadership skills. That's why we have moved it to where it is right now.
Okay. Officer Nyaikondo,
Sure.
what leadership skills?
Okay, what leadership skills I bring on board? Okay, first is as a leader, there is what I call building capacity, and there's obviously being as I'm a steward of the information, I'll try to pass that on to the next parties that can use that information. For my part, is that the dissemination part of it, kind of from what we have as the strategies. How do I make that to be something that can be size bites for our members to know to do that? Secondly, I have to make them comfortable, with what we are doing. So by that, I have to be kind of open the channels for them. How do I do that? I have to bring the customer service face to that, right? So if it's the appearance of it or representing the organization, I'll do that to my best and capability. And lastly, I'll just say it's about continuity. So I have that, the vision is that I should be able to be replaceable. And obviously that is that I have to be able to prepare the next leadership.
Okay, thank you. Now, another question is, where do you want to see the organization in 3 to 10 years? Officer Nyaikondo.
Yes, so currently, as now the current office we have already a program that we're trying to, let me just talk a little bit where we were, where we were in the past, where we are now, and where we are going. We came into the organization without capacity at all, without anything to work with. So in the last 0 to 3 years, we've been trying to make that feasible, so that in case of, especially when we are talking about these grants that we apply for, we do have to have some repetition activity that we can show or demonstrate that we have done. So that's what we are doing currently right now. And now, where should we be in the next 3 years, up to 10 years? We want to see an organization that beyond the elections, there is continuity. So, and this is where we had the volunteer opportunities that our community is not still grasping. So where we had to put operational structures that can work, where we can have mentorship programs, where we can also be now use even the other programs that have succeeded, like the benevolent groups like Pamoja Kenya. How can we use such tactics to make other programs work for us, i.e. Things to do like credit unions. So, and this is definitely our career that is already kind of set for us, and I hope we'll achieve that, setting those structures in place.
Okay. YOBESH?
Doctor, that's a very good question. Where do I want to take this organization in 3 to 10 years?
Yeah.
We are in a big mess right now. We have a current regime that has made Mwanyagetinge as an organization as nothing. There's nothing you can. I was trying to tell people to join Mwanyagetinge. Some of them, they were saying, well, I will register, vote for you, then after that, I don't want to hear anything about money. I told them, no, if you are registering to vote for me and you don't want to belong to the organization, you better not register. These guys in office, they were given a grant. Nobody knows how much money they were given. All they did was to surprise. They were given even computers. You know where those computers went? As you said, you are the custodian. Can you give us the list of the people you supplied the computers here? All the computers they were given, they shipped them to Kenya to do some business. OFFISA is a Secretary General of Mwanyagetinge. As a Secretary General, there is something called conflict of interest with a non-profit organization. OFFISA came up with a price of $23.75. It was selling chicken to Mwanyagetinge. If you had sold that a little cheaper, all the people in especially that was during the pandemic, instead of you guys making resources that you have been given available, some of the leaders in Mwanyagetinge, they have unga in their garages, which are almost expiring. I don't know where they're going to take those unga. Are they going to distribute it now? No. These people, they were so greedy, and we want this regime out by all means, because this is not what we want Mwanyagetinge to be. We have to live beyond.
Yabes, I need to find something from you.
Okay.
You are making a very serious allegation, and you are live.
Yes.
Do you have any proof that they shipped the computers to Kenya?
Yes. If I don't have, well, they shipped computers to Kenya. You want the proof? Yes. Okay. If they didn't ship the computers to Kenya, let them come up with a list of people who are here in Minnesota that they supplied. We don't know even how many computers they want. We don't know. We don't know how many grants they're getting. They even got COVID relief money, which or they distributed among themselves. The only thing I received from Mwanyagetinge as an organization, I will say this. I received 3 ungas when they brought the tour to Bloomington. And this is what I'm saying. Mwanyagetinge should be an organization serving all people in Minnesota, especially the people in the South, the people in the North, and everywhere. What they are doing right now, we are even fighting to have another center. You can imagine, I live in Barnesville, to come all the way to Brooklyn Park to Fort and then go back. Not myself. I'm not talking about myself. What about the other population that lives in the South?
No.
We can't even have a.
Tell us what is your vision for 10 years.
My vision is
how do you want to change that?
I think want to change that. As a Secretary General, I have all the information. I know where our people are. If we are distributing something, we don't just distribute in a leader's house, from a leader's house. No, we need to put a center that is central to everybody. Even the ungas they were distributing, I mean, it's so shameful.
Is that what you intended to do?
I intend to be transparent with wherever we are receiving from, if we are receiving grants, and I want our people to belong to the organization. It's not about after 40, people disappear. We want people to be a part of us. If I'm the Secretary General, I don't want to serve that beyond 2 years. We need to come up with new talents. Some people are coming up. We need that. Okay, right now, they were given grants for elderly. I don't know. We have a lot of elderly people in our community. I don't know. I've never heard of even one elder person who received that money. Then they are saying we kasi endere ya nini ya corruption ya wizi gani.
That's okay. Officer, do you want to respond to what Yabesh is saying?
Mr. Yabesh, let me just put you a little bit in focus about the capacity of the organization to work. First, we need information. Right? We need the contacts, and also we need to have that vision that has been asked for that you have not shared yet. Right? Now, if it's about, so let's just talk about the logistics you're talking about. You're talking about logistics of moving the flour distribution or the goodies distributed to Barnesville and the other areas. Don't we have county representatives? Did they show up? As an organization, did we put that out? Now, in terms of that grant that you're talking about, the food distribution, did you care to know the specifics of it? If you did you follow them? Talking about the elderly community, that's a very unique situation. OFFISA cannot divulge private information without the owner giving that permission to do that. Now, to the claims that you're making that we received that money and then we used it, please, can you table the evidence? And then don't be a judge. Don't just table the allegations, then you are withholding the information or those recipients. The representatives of each county have the capacity to raise those concerns. And also they have the capacity to bring those resources locally. And definitely that's why Mwanyagetinge was revived, to bring those. So there's no need for us to have like one single meeting in Brooklyn Center only. We can have it in any of the counties. Did our community step onto that? Because OFFISA can have the idea, but you have to join me. And that's the vision you should be looking at. How can I bring my people to volunteer more? How can I bring my people to give us the information to work with? If it's a household, tell me we have a household of 5 people, 2 parents, 2 grandparents, 2 children. So that makes 6, not 5. Right? So in case that next time we are bringing resources to you, we know that in the YOBESH family, they have a total of 6. But now when you're going to claim that there was money for the elderly, but we never got any, how did you share that information with Mwanyagetinge? Did you share with your county rep?
Well, did you
No.
did you get any funds?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
let him. Are you finished? It's good
go
always.
It's done. Well,
Okay.
He's saying they never received the money. Or if they received the money, they didn't have any elder person to dispute to. So I'm kind of confused. Which is which? You didn't receive money or you didn't dispute?
YOBESH. So I'll just be practical for here. So if the grant was given to Hennepin County, which county are you in?
Well, that's not the point. Did you
YOBESH.
receive the money? Yes or no?
Okay.
No. Telling me about my county is inconsequential in this case.
That is what I said.
I'm a member of Mwanyagetinge. Even if I live in another county, I might have my mom living in Hennepin County. It doesn't matter what county I'm coming from. What matters is you receive the grants, even if it was from, it's not, I mean, even if it was for Hennepin, tell us, okay, we distributed in Hennepin, but not where you live. That I will say, yeah, you had every right because it came from Hennepin County. But what you are saying, you are just diverting from the real question. Did you receive grants? Now you are saying we received, but it was for Hennepin. What county do you live? It doesn't matter. I'm a member of Mwanyagetinge. I'm entitled to information. Even if somebody lives in Hennepin County, where do you live yourself? You don't live in Hennepin. Did you receive the grant? I don't know.
Okay, gentlemen. Now I am asking Officer NYAIKONDO.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you a specific question.
Yes.
Now, when you were elected as a county for Right County, Right Southern County, and you were requested to serve as a Secretary General, did you continue to double the jobs because the people who Shaban County elected you, or did you resign? And if you did, who has been taking care of those people who were elected?
I did offer my resignation to the committee. That one was accepted, but then there was no volunteer that came up about. So I just volunteer. I'm not. It's a volunteer position rather than being an elected position.
Which volunteer position?
For the Shaban County.
Why did you want to make it a volunteer job?
Now, it's just for dissemination purposes. Because, okay, now remember when we are creating the way to communicate, how do I reach the people of the Shaban County?
Yeah, you make your own group.
And that's what I'm doing. Okay, just the same information I will share with people in Dakota County, the same information I'll share with the right county.
Now, as a Secretary General, because you are the custodian of information, you are like the Attorney General of the organization.
Yes.
What do you think you will do different if a seat becomes open, either through resignation or death or removed from office? What is supposed to be done?
So collectively, and I'll ask my people, right, Mwanyagetinge, please, especially so if we see there's an element of avoid, now especially I'll go with the advisory board. They cannot carry this load alone. So our people have to show up. That's the only thing. I can just blow the whistle for the people to show up. Because definitely the people that show up are the people who make a difference. And that's us. So now if there's anybody listening to me and who is ready to oversee the county or ready to serve the county, please come on board.
Yeah, but I ask you, as a secretary, you are the custodian of the Constitution.
Yes.
What is supposed to be done when a seat falls vacant?
The seat is declared vacant by the advisory board that is there, right? and I'm the one who's publishing that information. That's my mandate. Now I can push them,
but you are supposed to inform the
Uh,
advisory council that there is a seat which is vacant, and they are supposed to conduct a by-election.
yeah.
OFFISA is not at the whims of conducting that by-election.
No. I'm only saying as
mine is informed. I'm just informing.
Coming back
I
to
am only
me?
informed.
I'm coming to you.
Are you coming to me? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
You are, that's fine.
I serve the committees. All right.
As a secretary,
disseminate the information.
No. This is what because if you are a secretary general, you are first with the constitution. If it falls as a secretary general, you are supposed to communicate to the advisory council that the seat is vacant so that they can go ahead and have the election commission conduct a by-election. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Yabes, you want to say something?
Can you ask the question one more time?
Now, I was asking Officer Nyekona about his role as a secretary general. So, if you become a secretary general,
yes,
somebody has resigned or has, for any other reason, he has left office.
okay.
What are you supposed to do? Do you know the procedure of what's supposed to be done?
The procedure is very simple. First of all, you have to know what your role is as a secretary general. Unfortunately, the current one, the acting one, he didn't know what powers he has to do
No.
what. I'll say what I'll do. I'll say what I'll do. First of all, I'm the custodian of the role of the organization. First, I should know that as we are serving people, different people have their different interests. We should ask ourselves, who resigned? Yes, this person resigned. As a secretary general, I should declare that position vacant so that people can come up and apply. If people don't apply and I was elected in that position, I will say, well, I will serve both meanwhile until we get somebody. But in that case, we should ask ourselves, why are people resigning? Why could somebody get in there and then resign? So what makes us think?
Creeping?
No, I'm not creeping. No. I'm not creeping. I'm answering my question. You answered yours. Okay, officer, you answered yours. As a secretary general, I will be very transparent and say this position is vacant, and take that to the advisory report. Tell them to advertise that, not to advertise on some social medias or some groups where you are very sure there is a reason why those people those positions that fell vacant, we never knew that until right now, that when we were trying to contest for any seat in Mwanyagetinge, we were told some seats were reserved, which one of those that were reserved was the Secretary General. It was reserved. They never wanted to open that up. We had to go an extra mile and ask the advisory report, please, these people, their term came to an end on the 10th of July. Can we all those open positions? Right now, as we speak, the current Secretary General, I'm not saying it's him. I'm saying somebody else. He's supposed to have all the information for the organization, because that's why we elect Secretary General. In fact, the Secretary General is such a powerful position that anytime these other people are going for re-election, he doesn't go. He has an extra time so that if somebody else is elected on behalf, he's supposed to orient them, and he's supposed to. In fact, what he was doing is what we can say Kinyua was supposed to do.
Okay.
But
Now, okay,
he never did that.
Okay, thank you. Now there is a question from the audience. I think somebody is asking, and I think this is directed to you. Obviously, you are in trouble today. What have you done since you have been in the organization in these 2 years? That's
Yes.
Constancy asking.
So OFFISA has been part of the team that has applied for those grants that have come to the organization, right? And mostly those are food grants. OFFISA is the person that has been helping with the organization do the COVID vaccination program. OFFISA has been part of that team that set up those some activities that happened at the Brooklyn Center. OFFISA has been the liaison between the organization and the city of Brooklyn Park and the Brooklyn Center. OFFISA has been meeting with the other parties that help with making sure that the physical responsibility of the organizations are clear. So is that sufficient?
Thank you. Yabes,
Yes.
you want to say something about his accomplishment?
Yeah. Let's not call them accomplishment, because if they were accomplishments, we'll be seeing it. Somebody won't ask that if they see that happening. Let me say this. I live not in anything county, but officer keeps talking about just 2 counties where he lives. If you are the Secretary General, you know the Secretary General for 2 counties. No, you are a Secretary General for the whole organization. So when you are saying, oh, we had the activities here, which activities?
Can I respond?
Okay, you are saying you were part of the one who applied for the grants for food program and everything. Which food program? Because people are complaining out here that, I mean, not people, members of Mwanyagetinge organization are complaining that.
Can I respond to you?
No. Respond when I'm done. You can respond when I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not
you should
done
be
yet.
done.
I'll be done soon. Yeah,
Okay.
I have 1 minute to wind up.
Okay.
You talking about applying for all these grants, it's officer. Were you doing it alone, or you guys were elected as a team? And in any case, you are saying officer did this, officer did this. That's part of what I was saying. We are personalizing Mwanyagetinge. Don't say you did that when it's all lies.
Okay.
I never saw that programs. I'm a member of Mwanyagetinge. I never saw that.
Okay. That's enough, Yabes. Officer, you want to respond in a minute?
Mr. Yabesh, if you've read the constitution of Mwanyagetinge, there is a seat of an executive director that is not, it's not been filled. That were part of the recommendations of the selection committee that brought the organization back to life. Did you receive UNGA, Yabesh?
No, just answer. I don't want you to talk to one another.
Thank you. So if you did, please, that's part of the grant that came out. So thank you for also participating.
Okay. No.
Okay.
I'm gonna respond quick.
No. So we have some questions here. People are asking. Another question: which representative are you talking about? Because all of them resigned since you were the custodian of everything.
All right, they're only okay. So the people that tendered their resignation letters tendered, right? It was OFFISA, and I think her name is not is it Ruth? No, not mispronounce her name. Just give her a name here. Edith, right, from Dakar. So OFFISA and Edith are the only 2 people that sent in their resignation letters. Everybody else, we cannot assume you have resigned without you tendering your resignation letter. So, Mr. Yobesh, that's new information to us.
Okay, thank you. Can I respond quick on that?
Yeah, wait first.
Yeah, I'm going to respond
others
quick on
absconded.
that. Okay.
No, I'm asking you, officer. So, what happened to some? Did they abscond?
In terms of absconding or not showing up, I communicate with them. They are still legal. They were until the time ended that when the organization was declared that they are vacant positions, they were still elected officially.
Okay. Yabes, we are coming to an end. We have only 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you from the audience, somebody asked, like, what position were vacant, and as officer is just lying. How did he get up? How did he end up being a secretary general if whoever was there didn't resign?
Mm.
Yeah, tell us how you ended up there. How, not even how you ended up there, how you were handpicked to be there if whoever was supposed to be there didn't resign.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you can respond that way.
Okay, Yabesh, don't individualize this thing. Your
I'm
personal
not
idea is
individualizing.
Let me finish. Let me
Okay.
respond to it. Right? Officer did not appoint himself to be serve as Mwanyagetinge.
You were handpicked.
No. Yabes, I said no exchange when somebody's talking. Let him finish. Yeah.
So we do have an executive office, all right, and we have the board of directors, all right, and we have the advisory council. All those people are communicated to before I was appointed.
So, if I had Yabes as a very legitimate question, I think if you say the Secretary General never resigned, how come you were serving? If you are wanting to say that there are only 2 people who resigned, then how did you take that position? If indeed the Secretary General never resigned.
So by I was given the option to serve. That means that there was a vacancy. Right?
But according to your explanation, only 2 people resigned.
Yes.
Okay.
Officially.
Yabes, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Because I have some questions coming in and we are...
Okay.
Well, let's read the questions, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get the question.
Where?
Let me read it. I'll read it.
Okay.
Were you transparent
to
how much grant you received and the description of funds among yourselves and the computer which remained the day you were giving them? Where did they go? For clarification of 2 other members. So let me answer backwards. The computers. The computers were meant for Hennepin. County officer did not receive them. The families that submitted the information that they were required by that county, they were given computers. Because this was during, remember this thing happened during the COVID times when everything was done remotely. That was to fill that gap. These computers were not for personal use. They were to help students navigate the new era of remote schooling. Funds among ourselves. Now, we did not distribute remaining funds for ourselves. All right. Now, if the volunteers were given per diem that volunteered, and if it was elected that was official, then that's how it was used. And then the first part, and then there was the initial part about the grants. Now, there are so many grants we have applied for, right? And of these grants, if you have worked with the state or the county, we apply for the grants, and those specifications before the grants come, you have to fill all those scopes that they are looking for. So I'm not going to get funds, put them in a basket, and call Mwanyagetinge. I have received 40K. Let's determine how to use it. No, the government has already stipulated for you how you're going to use that amount of money. Sometimes that money does not come directly to Mwanyagetinge. It comes with a partner, another non-profit that we work under. All right. So we are just executing that.
Can I?
Wait. Yabes, wait. There is a question which has been addressed to me that I ignored. That officer did not address how he sold 1 chicken for $23.
Yes.
I think.
Thank you. Can I respond? That is an easy one. Okay. That's false allegations, and unfortunately. And this is how rumors in our community destroy other people here. I have not sold chicken for $23. Now, I'm just telling people to go to be specific here. Go to Walmart, Carb Foods, and all that. Tell me the price of an organic chicken. All right. I've not sold my chicken for that price. I've given you even at lower than half the price of an organic chicken.
How much was he selling for?
The last time I sold the chicken to you, there is information that right?
What do you come up with that price?
Let's separate officer as an official and a Nyota farm. Nyota farm is an entity on its own. All right.
Thank you.
Yabes,
who supplied that?
Nyota farm.
Yabes.
The director.
Address officer through me.
Okay.
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 You have a question?
I'm going to address that. You know, our members That's what is making people not to join Mwanyagetinge.
Okay, that's a
Some
comment.
conflict of
Our
interest.
time is
Okay.
Yabes,
Two,
I have
Thank you,
questions.
sir.
yes. Two, OFFISA is just telling us we've received a lot of grants. It's not specifying what grants they receive. He's saying, okay, we received a lot of grants, and when we receive grants, we just don't call people Mwanyagetinge, I have grants. No, that's a lie. You don't receive grants unless you
How
have a
much time do we have to
proposal.
respond?
You have to say, we have an organization here with this and these members. We
No, that's enough.
who are proposing. I mean,
Yabes,
you have to write the proposal. You
Yabes,
can't just receive
we
grants
don't want,
because
we don't want to make
the
an
government
argument.
has some grants to give to anyone.
Yabes
Yes.
want to be cool.
Okay.
Now, one of the things, Yabes, are you going to resign like your friend resigned as a Secretary General? Somebody has asked that the Secretary General was there, he was your friend. And
Okay.
are you also, we are going to elect you and resign? That's
No.
somebody asked that question.
Okay, I will answer that question very easy.
Mm.
I am YOBESH Makambi NYAMASEGE.
Okay.
My friend, they don't advise me what to do. I'm not being pushed like, okay, go for that. It's a calling. It's a passion I have that I want to serve our people. So anybody saying I will resign, no. Whoever resigned, we don't know reasons why they resigned. Maybe the current regime made it so hard for them to even write minutes, which he said, well, what am I? Maybe, I don't know. I'm not saying why he resigned. I'm saying I will never resign. I will say, even if I remain myself, I will just remain myself and
Thank
I
you.
will never resign.
Thank
If
you.
I
That's
want
enough.
to resign, I have to go back to the people who elected me and ask them, this is what is happening. I want to resign.
Okay. Another question. Officer NYAIKONDO, you are the Secretary General and you are a director of your chicken farm. You were supplying the chicken to Mwanyagetinge, and the president his uncle supply unga, and his father supplying. I don't know. Go ahead.
I can respond to
Okay,
you.
wait. So he's saying he's in that a conflict of interest. There is some other water.
Okay. Let me just correct Yabesh first. Yabesh, the community can call on you to serve because they see potential in you. They see the good in you, right? So it's not bad to respond to the community when they ask for your leadership. Number two, let's disassociate ourselves with kitchen politics, okay? There is an organization, Mwanyagetinge, there's Nyota Farm, the corporation, and there's the OFFISA, all right? Yeah. We have to distinguish those things.
I didn't ask that question.
Can I finish?
I didn't ask that question.
No, I'm the one reading. I read
I didn't ask it though.
No.
He's responding that question to me as if I asked that question. I didn't ask that question.
No.
He should respond to me on what I said.
No, please. Yabes. Okay, officer, respond. Our time is gone. Actually.
Correct. So, for in terms of the conflict of interest, no, there should not be conflict of interest. So I don't know what's wrong with somebody. We don't choose to be born to have somebody called an uncle. And then we don't have to choose for your uncle to run a business. And I don't choose to be associated with a farm that supplies chicken. All right? Those are two different entities. When I'm serving Mwanyagetinge, I'm serving Mwanyagetinge. When I am working at Nyora Farm, that's Nyora Farm.
Okay. Gentlemen,
1 minute, Dr.
No. Yabes,
just 1 minute. 1 minute,
no,
just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay. This is what I'm asking. Officer is saying Nyota Farm is different from him. He's saying somebody is not born to have an uncle who has a business. Okay. Can you tell us how you tender this and how many people put in bids and then you became the best one? Tell us that. Okay. Or the uncle to the official bid on it and it became maybe the only one. And where did you advertise the tenders?
Okay, thank you. I'm giving you 1 minute each to give your closing remarks, please. I will start with you, YOBESH. 1 minute. Give your closing remarks about your election.
Mwanyagetinge, I greet you all. My name is YOBESH, Makambi NYAMASEGE. I'm asking for your vote. What I want is to change the way Mwanyagetinge operates. We want accountability, we want inscrutability, and we want everybody to come on board. We want you members as Mwanyagetinge to be part of this, to know what exactly we are doing. If you guys ask me for records, for information, I should have that information, and that's what I want. And I want to reclaim the image of Mwanyagetinge from where it was. Please give us your vote on the 18th, which is this coming Saturday. The voting will be at Nazarene Church. The address will be posted on the various social medias, but some of them we are not even there because the current regime doesn't even allow us to be in any social media, to be any WhatsApp group, to be any in Telegram. Please give us your vote so that we can change this.
Thank you. Officer NYAIKONDO, 1 minute, please.
Thank you, Mwanyagetinge, for giving me the opportunity to serve you. I'm glad that I have positively delivered on the things with the team that we have currently, led by President Hulda Momanyi and Vice President Amenya. I can confirm to you that we're given another opportunity, we'll grow the organization from where the current budget is $241,000 to approximately $1 million in budget in the next fiscal year. And with that too, we have a lot of projects that are on hand. We request that you show up to vote, and at the same time, please show up and volunteer in the different committees that we have set up so that we can deliver on those things that you require to have in our community. And as a point of caution, as a community, we can progress together, but as a community, we can also injure ourselves by making claims that are not valid or cannot be substituted. So please, may you take care of your brother and sister. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I was privileged to be your moderator. You are a great leaders, and I wish you the best, whoever wins on Saturday.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to KJ TV for you.